welcome to the channel. I'm back to break down this 10-game NBA DFS slate on DraftKings. Before we get into it, if you enjoy the content at any point in this video, if you could please leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell, that would be greatly appreciated. Working on 300 subs. I appreciate every single one of you that have subscribed so far. One of the simplest things you can do to support me is literally hit that subscribe button. It's free. It takes 2 seconds, and I do greatly appreciate it. Before we get into it, I have released a NBA DFS Patreon package over there on Patreon. We can get access to my premium projections, my rankings, my core plays, my injury impact insights, and so much more. Transition stats, offense shooting frequency, offense shooting accuracy, defense shooting frequency, which teams are giving up which shots where, how effective the shots have been, that kind of thing. So you can get access to all those sheets over there on Patreon if interested. And with that being said, let's go ahead and start breaking down this 10-game NBA DFS slate. So, first game on the slate at 7 o'clock, Memphis at Charlotte. This game comes in right now with a 218 over-under. 4.5 point favorites are the Charlotte Hornets. So, expected to be a pretty close game at only a 218 total, though. Not exactly the most up-tempo game, so I'm not really sure we're looking to go there. Ja Morant continues to be out, so that's going to open up some value in a guy like Tyus Jones at 5-1 on DraftKings. Tyus Jones, a guy that definitely can get you there at this price tag. It's just a matter of the minutes he's getting. He only got 23 minutes last time out. It'll be interesting to keep an eye on his minute and the rotation they're going with because this guy is a very good shooter. He's a very good fantasy point per minute producer. It's just a matter of the matchup. Last time out, he had to take on Boston, who has some very good defensive guards, guys like Marcus Smart, Jaylen Brown. This time around, he gets Charlotte. A much easier matchup, so it'd be interesting to see how many minutes he gets in this one. And he's definitely, the main beneficiary of Ja Morant being out. Then, of course, Jonas Valanciunas at the top at 8-3 also gets a big benefit. It's just he's a center. He's not directly correlated with the guard. Of course, Ja Morant going down is going to give him some more usage, just naturally because Ja Morant won't have the ball in his hands as much, but 8-3, am I looking to go there as we go throughout the slate? Probably not. I don't know. We'll have to see as we're breaking down, but he's the main beneficiary. Terry Rozier and Devontae Graham are the ones I'm looking to next. 6-6 and 7K though. Can they get you there? Sure. On a big slate like this with this low total, I'm not really sure I'm trying to go there. The last guy that I would mention in this game, honestly, is Brandon Clark, who will see a bit of a bump just because there's no Jaren Jackson Jr. And he has been playing pretty good to start the season. 30 and 23 DraftKings points the last 2 times out. Definitely has some upside at the 5-1 price tag, so you could be looking there. But overall, just a slow game. Not really sure I'm trying to go there all too much. Miami taking on Dallas in this one. Jimmy Butler is expected to be back. He's been out for a while, so that's the first thing that I will mention in this one. He is expected to be back. Luka Doncic at the top right now. As far as the total in this game, not out. The Dallas Mavericks are 1.5 point favorites, so expected to be a very close game. Be interesting to see what the total comes in, but Miami, a pretty good defensive team overall. Luka Doncic at the top at 10-3. Can we go there? Absolutely. How is he going to stack up to other studs on the slate is the only question. Right now, I would say, out of all the slates that I've contemplated playing Luka, first look, I do have the most interest in him that I have had. He's gone down to 10-3. We've been paying 10-7 for him. He's been really struggling, but a guy that can definitely put up, 50, 60, 70 DK points any given night. You're kind of, your base projection, you're honestly kind of projecting him to score around 50 DK points a night, but you want him to get up there more towards 60 if you're paying up for him and you're fitting him in with some value plays. So can he do it? Absolutely. Is he going to be worth it in the price tag? We'll see as we continue along the slate. Jimmy Butler at 7-8, definitely going to be a good play. He's been resting up with that ankle injury. He hasn't had to play, so he should be fresh, good to go. And he's a guy that I like to play in close games. And as mentioned, with a 1.5 point spread in this one, he's definitely going to be an option I'm looking to in this one. Tyler Hero, Goran Dragic. Tyler Hero at 6'5 now did get priced up quite a bit just because of, how much of a bump he's been getting with no Jimmy Butler. He's put up 40 and 46 DraftKings points the last time 2 times out, but with Jimmy Butler coming back, and him priced up to 6.5, can he still get there? Yes. Am I trying to go to him as much as I was, and am I all in like I was? No. So I think there's other places we could probably look on the slate where the prices haven't been adjusted and we can take advantage. Goran Dragic, same rule applies. 6K, he can definitely get there still. He's still going to get his mid-20 minutes. He's still going to get a lot of usage coming off the bench. But it's just a matter of, he's priced at the 6K. We were paying the low 5K range for him, so not really sure I'm trying to go there. The same rule applies to him and Hero. I think you get the gist of it, but their prices have seen a climb with no Jimmy Butler in case Jimmy Butler was out again, and then Jimmy Butler is expected to return. So on the Dallas side, anywhere else I'm looking to go, Tim Hardaway Jr. and Josh Richardson would be the only ones. Tim Hardaway can get hot from 3, and if he does on the DraftKings side of things where, you get that half-point bonus for 3s, he makes sense in the mid-5K range. Same thing for Josh Richardson at 4.9. He can shoot from 3, and he's involved in defense and out in the break and that kind of thing, so he can rack up those points you need at his price range in the 4.9, 5K range. So could be looking there. There's going to be some more up-tempo games as we move along the slate where you're going to see there's a lot more interest to be had. So Boston at Detroit. Jason Tatum at the top at an 8.6 price tag. This game comes in with a 215.5 over-under. Not impressive. Lowest line to be released right now, so not really looking all too much. There's kind of a trend in these early games. Not really looking to go there. 8.6 and 8.1 for Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's been priced down in the 7K range, and I've been playing him and wanting to play him a lot, but now that he's up to 8.1 in a slow tempo game, I think we kind of just lay off these guys. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are getting all the usage in the offense with no Kemba Walker, so you love to see it. It's just a matter of their price tags. When you can play a guy like Marcus Smart at 6'3 who can get hot and put up 40 DraftKings points at a discount, I might want to be playing him in this one at a slower paced game instead of paying up for those upper tier guys where they're getting a pace down. Blake Griffin is out in this one for the Detroit side of things, so that's going to give a bump up to Sekou Doumbouya and Josh Jackson. Sekou Doumbouya is only 3.2, taking on the Boston front court where they do have some bigs in Daniel Tice, Robert Williams. I think he's going to have to get some minutes at only 3.2. He's going to make a lot of sense as a value play in this one. And then Josh Jackson, a guy who's been a very good fantasy point producer this year, finally getting out of Phoenix where he was kind of buried behind all those role players. He did get a price bump up to 5.2 in comparison to 4.2 and 4.5 the last 2 times out. So that's the only disclaimer, and the Boston defense is very good, and it's a slow-paced game. But he's going to get a bump up in usage with no Blake Griffin, and at 5.2, he might be an option we're going to if there's no better value that opens up on the slate. Atlanta at Brooklyn. This is the one that I'm most excited to get into because this game currently comes in with a 244.5 over-under. That is absolutely ridiculous. It's going to be flying pace. It's a 7-point spread. For the Brooklyn side, the team that's really good, a 7-point spread isn't that bad. You can live with that all day long. Last time this game was a go, I stacked it up, and I'm going to be doing the same thing because this game is just going to be so fast. Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant still aren't priced up. I played Kyrie Irving last time out. He still got there after shooting absolutely terrible in the first half. He literally shot like 1 for 10 in the first half and ended with 41 DraftKings points. If he can hit like 5 shots in the first half, he puts up 50 plus. He was 8.9 to get a price up to 9.3, but I just don't care with the up-tempo pace that this game is going to be. Trae Young, 10.1. Last time out, he was only 9.6. Unfortunately, he's up to 10.1 now. I really want to run it back with Trae Young because he's the main usage guy in this offense. But at 10.1, that's a very steep price tag, so we're going to need some value to open up. But John Collins at 7.2 is definitely a place to be looking to. And Kevin Durant put up 63 last time out. You got to bump up to 9.1, but I don't care. 63, we could see something very similar from him in this one. Going to have a lot of interest in him. Going to have a lot of interest in this whole game. John Collins, an absolute beast for the Atlanta Hawks. And he didn't see a price bump like a Trae Young, so I'm even more interested in going to him based on his price tag. Clint Capella, I'd like to go to because the Brooklyn Nets do have a big front court, but he's been limited to about 20 minutes per game early on. If we get reports that, the Hawks are going to let him go a little longer, I might be willing to jump on the bandwagon because, I mean, we all know this guy's, when he's getting full run, he's a lock for 40 DK points. But he's not getting full run right now, so we're just going to keep an eye on that one. If we get news that he's going to get more minutes, I'll have a ton of interest in Clint Capella. Bogdanovich at 5'4". We saw Danilo Gallinari go down with an injury last time out. If he's still out, that means Bogdanovich is going to get all the usage with the second unit. I played him last time at 4'8". I will continue to play him at 5'4". He put up 33 DraftKings points. He could put up 40 very easily, and he's only 5'4". You know, he's the guy that I'd be looking to for sure. DeAndre Hunter is questionable. So I have to see if he's out. If he's out, you know, more minutes are probably going to go to Solomon Hill, and I'm going to have more interest in a guy like Cam Reddish as well. Cam Reddish at 4'7", and Kevin Huerter. These guys, I mean, I could see myself playing a lot of Hawks today. 4'6" and 4'7". Kevin Huerter, he's only been seeing 20 minutes, but we all know, if you don't know, this guy can absolutely stroke from behind the arc. You know, as proven in his biggest game of the year, he was 4 for 5 from behind the arc to put up 32 DraftKings points. At 4'6", that'll make you very happy if he's able to do that in this one. So, no Rajon Rondo, no Danilo Gallinari. So, I think those guys are going to see more minutes, more solidified roles, and I have a lot of interest in these cheaper guys on the Atlanta side. I have a lot of interest in this game. Spending a lot of time on it for a good reason. Going to be a lot of points scored in this one. Jared Allen, 5'8", another guy you could be looking to. 24 minutes last time, he put up 33 DraftKings points. He's only 5'8". DeAndre Jordan, 4'3". He only played 15 minutes last time out. And I think we could see that continue with the likes of John Collins in the front court of the Atlanta side. I think it's more of an appealing matchup for Jared Allen, a more mobile big, less of a down-low post player like a DeAndre Jordan that sits in the paint. John Collins gets out in the arc and stuff, and they need Jared Allen to guard him. So, yeah, that's my breakdown. A lot of time spent on that one, but for good reason. Chicago at Milwaukee. Giannis Antetokounmpo at the top at 11K. A 14.5-point spread for the Milwaukee Bucks. 232 over/under. So that's a very good over/under for the circumstance, but with a 14.5-point spread, the Milwaukee Bucks are expected to pretty much blow out the Bulls in this one. So, Giannis at 11K, could he be the main guy that goes out there and does all the work and gets the blowout and gets up there in DraftKings points? Sure. Put up 68 last time out, but in blowouts, you know, I tend to not want to play Giannis as much. They don't lean on him as much. The Milwaukee Bucks are a very deep team. They can just throw in guys off the bench and fill in some minutes for Giannis in games that aren't going to be close. So, not all too interested in him. I'd have more interest in a guy like Jrue Holiday at 6'6", who continues to be underpriced. DraftKings just refuses to price him up. I don't really get that. He was 6'4" last time, 6'7" the time before. He's put up 49 and 33 DraftKings points at 6'6". He can get you to 40 DraftKings points very easily, and you'll be happy with that. So I like Jrue Holiday. Zach LaVine on the other side at 7'6". He's going to be the only chance the Bulls have of staying in this game. Even if they don't stay in this game, I've been playing this guy a ton on DraftKings early on. He's not getting the ownership he deserves. I don't understand. People aren't going to him. He's the main guy in the Chicago offense, and he's priced in the mid-7K range. I played him when he was 7'9" against Golden State. I played him when he was 8'4" against Washington. It seems like I'm playing him every night, but I'm probably going to play him again because he's the only guy that's going to be shooting. He's going to keep shooting. He was 1 for 7 from behind the arc last game. He was 1 for 7 from 3, and he still put up 41 DraftKings points. It's like if he hits 3 more of those, if it's 2 more of those, you know, we're looking at 50 DraftKings points. So I have a lot of interest in him. Even if it's going to be a blowout, he's just going to be chucking, trying to stay in the game. Kobe White, same thing applies to him. 40 DraftKings points last time out. He's only 6'4". These are the 2 guys that are going to be the most usage in the offense. No Lauri Markkanen in this one. That's going to give a bump up to guys like Otto Porter, like Wendell Carter Jr. So you could be looking at them for sure. And you could also be looking to Thad Young on the cheap end for only 3.5 with no Lauri Markkanen. He played 27 minutes last time out, put up 31 DraftKings points, and he's only priced at 3.5. So, yeah, like me some Thad Young. I think he's a great value play on this slate. And that's, I mean, on the Milwaukee side, you could go on and on. These guys are just so deep. You could play Dante DiVincenzo at 5'1". You could play Bobby Portis at 4'5". Bobby Portis, we got a revenge narrative here. Mark it on the calendar. Bobby Portis and the Chicago Bulls do not get along. So I'm actually going to put an exclamation point next to this one. Write it on my little notepad right now. Bobby Portis against the Bulls. In a game that's expected to be a blowout, Milwaukee, I like this play a lot. Milwaukee's going to be giving him the run. And Bobby does not like them Bulls. He doesn't like the Bulls. If you remember his issue with Robin Lopez and the fist fighting in practice and all that stuff, if you've been following the NBA long enough, I think you know what I'm talking about. So, yeah, that's my interest in that one. Washington at Minnesota, the next game on the slate. Russell Westbrook is expected to be out in this one for rest. Karl-Anthony Towns is out in this one, which opens up some of the top plays on the slate. Right now, this game comes in with a 1-point spread. I'm expecting this game to have a very high over-under when the total's released. Bradley Beal and D'Angelo Russell, both guys I'm going to have a ton of interest in. I mentioned playing a guy like Zach LaVine. The only thing that might make me not play him is this game. Yeah, Bradley Beal, no Russell Westbrook, going to get all the usage. Love him at 9-4. Love D'Angelo Russell at 7-5. No Karl-Anthony Towns. He saw 31 minutes last time out. He's going to be seeing low to mid-30s in minutes. This guy's able to absolutely stroke it from behind the arc, get to the rim. He's a playmaker. He does it all. D'Angelo Russell is a good fantasy basketball player. 7-5 is way too underpriced for him. Ton of interest. Once again, Malik Beasley at only 5'8". Ton of interest. He only put up 24 DraftKings points last time out, 19 the time before after putting up 27 and 34. I think we see him get back up more towards that 30 range in this one against a Washington team whose defense is absolutely terrible. Both of these teams not good defensively. This game and the Atlanta-Brooklyn game are the ones that are standing out the most to me for sure. Naz Reid at 5'2". You definitely have interest in on the cheap end at the center position. Getting the start for Cat. It'll be interesting to see how he grades out in my model because I think that Thomas Bryant and him could be some interesting plays. Thomas Bryant's been seeing mid-30 minutes. He put up 40 DraftKings points last time out, only 6'3". You got to like him. Rui Hachimura returned to the Washington team, a guy that's a very talented young player. It's only a matter of if he's going to be limited in minutes. He scored 25 minutes last time out on his first game back. Could he get more minutes in this one? Yes, he's only 5'3". Could he go off of that price tag? Absolutely. Davis Bertans at 5'2", a guy that's very good at shooting from behind the arc. On DraftKings, where you get that half-point bonus. You got to love to see that. Put up 31 DraftKings points the time before last game, and that was a big part due to the 3 for 9 from behind the arc. Got to the line a little bit, but Davis Bertans you could be playing. I mean, a ton of interest in this game overall. There's no Josh Okogie on the Minnesota side. That's going to open up more minutes for a guy like Jarrett Culver at 4-1. 26 minutes last time out, only put up 16 DraftKings points, but he will get the minutes. And yeah, I mean, this game is just going to be another great one to target. Bradley Beal and D'Angelo Russell, the top options. Most obvious plays in this one. Both of those guys, be getting them in their lineups. Great plays on this slate. Moving on to the next one, the Los Angeles Lakers take it on the San Antonio Spurs. LeBron James at the top is questionable. I would expect him to play. LaMarcus Aldridge is questionable. He's got a true questionable tag, so if he's not in, look for Jakob Poeltl, Drew Eubanks to see some more run. But yeah, as far as the total right now, there is a 230.5 over under in this one. 7-point favorites are the Los Angeles Lakers, so not the worst spread, honestly, as far as the Lakers' talent. So expected to be pretty close. Expected to be a pretty respectable total at 230 and over. Anthony Davis is the first guy I'll mention at 9.5. Anthony Davis has yet to have a true upside Anthony Davis game. I think it's going to lower his ownership. I think you could play him in this one and be really happy if he goes out there and puts up 60-plus DraftKings points, which he is more than capable of. Honestly, he's been just not Anthony Davis like to start the season. This guy's an absolute beast. He's 9.5. That's underpriced, in my opinion. When we can play him at the center position, we can play him at the power forward position. Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to be having a lot of interest in some Anthony Davis. DeMar DeRozan at 7-3. If there's no LaMarcus Aldridge, DeMar DeRozan gets a big bump once again. We saw him put up 41 DraftKings points last time at a 6-9 price tag. At 7-3, I'll continue to have interest in him. More interested in him if LaMarcus Aldridge sits, of course. DeJounte Murray at 6-9, playing very well to start the season. 50 DraftKings points last time out, pretty much 49.25 DraftKings points at a 6-1 price tag. Got to bump up to 6-9, but we've seen this guy put up 45, 42, 49 DraftKings points in the 40s, 3 out of the last 4 games. So, his price bump is warranted. It's just a matter of whether we really want to go there with some of the cheaper guys in the really up-tempo games that we mentioned earlier. And honestly, from there on, I'm not really looking to anyone else in this one. You could play a guy, of course, if Aldridge is out, you could play Drew Eubanks at 3-3. You could play Acapulco at 4-5. If Aldridge is out, they are going to need these big bodies out there because of Anthony Davis, because of Marcus Gasol, because of Montrezl Harrell. So I think you get the gist of it there. So, but yeah, that's pretty much my overall interest in this one. If LeBron's in, he has been grading out very good in my projection model. If he's out, he gets a bump to Kyle Kuzma, Anthony Davis, Dennis Schroeder, all the usage in the starting unit. So Phoenix taking on Denver in Denver. At the top, Nikola Jokic at 10-6. This guy's been an absolute beast to start the season. He's just an absolute beast overall. 4-point favorites are the Denver Nuggets, so this game's expected to stay close. At a 10-6 price tag, with the numbers that Nikola Jokic has been putting up, I don't care. 74, 72, 60 DraftKings points the last 3 out of the last 4. This guy's just ridiculous, his usage. He's a triple-double machine on DraftKings. You get the bonus for the double-double. You get the bonus for the triple-double. 10 rebounds, 12 assists, 26 points last time out. 12 rebounds, 18 assists, 19 points the time before. The 74-point game the time before in Sacramento. 15 rebounds, 14 assists, 29 points. Yeah, it just, he can assist, he can rebound, he can shoot, he does it all. So Nikola Jokic, a very good play. Not to mention, he's taken on the likes of DeAndre Ayton defense. DeAndre Ayton is not a good defender, so I love to target some Nikola Jokic in this one for sure. Devin Booker at 8K, I think, continues to be too priced up against the Denver defense. That's very good guard defenders and guys like, Gary Harris. Not really trying to go there. Michael Porter Jr. at 7K is an interesting play. Nikola Jokic, speaking of him, has come out and said he wants Michael Porter Jr. getting the ball more in this offense. And he put up a 50 spot last time out, dropped 30 points. He had 10 rebounds. Very talented young guy in his second year. Not getting as many minutes last year as a rookie. They were building him into the rotation, and he's a full go now. They're letting him out there, letting him go loose 30, 23, 24, 40 minutes last time out. I think we're going to see a lot more of the mid-30 minutes for Michael Porter Jr., especially if Jamal Murray's out. Jamal Murray's questionable in this one. That's going to give a bump up to a guy like Michael Porter Jr. for sure. If Jamal Murray's out, he'll see a bump. Will Barton will see a bump. Will the Thrill Barton, as I like to call him, at 5'5". Hasn't really got it going. If Jamal Murray's out, I'm definitely going to be playing some of him if I'm playing a bunch of lineups. So. Moving on to the Los Angeles Clippers at the Utah Jazz. In this one, Kawhi Leonard at the top at 9-2. This game right now comes in with a 223 over-under. Honestly, I can tell you right now, I'm not going to be having much interest in anyone in this game. It's going to be a sloppy, slow-paced game. Utah's on a back-to-back. It's in Utah. Utah plays good at home. They're good defensively. The Clippers are good defensively. I think this is just going to be a sluggish game. I'm not trying to pay up for anyone at the top. If I'm playing people, it's the ones down low. I'm playing a guy like Mike Conley, who's priced at 6'6" because of the role he's been having lately. 35 minutes last time out, 33 DraftKings points, 4 for 8 from behind the arc. I'm playing a guy like him. I'm playing a guy like Lou Williams who can come off the bench and get hot. I'm playing a guy like Jordan Clarkson who can come off the bench and get hot. Lou Williams can easily put up 40 DraftKings points at 4.9, so I'm playing him. I'm playing Jordan Clarkson, same thing, but I'm not paying up for anyone in this game. I'm playing these guys off the bench, the value plays, the usage guys, the sixth men in the lineup. So that's where I'd be looking to in this one. Pretty quick breakdown. Moving on to the Portland at Golden State game. Damian Lillard at the top at 9-8 has been really struggling. I've been playing him a lot. 231.5 over under. He's been a part of some of my really good lineups, and he's kind of the piece that doesn't let me get there. He's been getting there as far as not throwing up snowflakes every time, but nothing crazy. He's down to 9.8. He was priced up to 10.3 at one point, so we're seeing him get a price tag decrease, which you like to see. It's just a matter of if he can actually go out there and explode. I mean, Golden State's not a good defensive team. A 231.5 over under is pretty respectable total. It's going to be a close game. Dame can definitely get there. We just need him to get hot because right now it's been all CJ McCollum. He comes in at 8.4. CJ McCollum's price tag continues to climb, and that's because of how hot he's been. 66, 50, and 39 DraftKings points the last time out. You know what you're going to see with CJ McCollum? A lot of threes, which you love to see on DraftKings. You get that half-point bonus. 9 for 16, 3 for 11, 7 for 11. If a guy is able to go out there and make 9 3-pointers, that's going to treat you really good on DraftKings where you get that half-point bonus for those 3-pointers. So CJ McCollum does make a lot of sense. It's just a matter of the price tag increase. But, I mean, both these teams don't scare me defensively, so I'm looking to play these guys for sure that are the main volume guys. Stephen Curry, same rule applies to him as CJ McCollum. I think everyone under the sun knows Steph Curry can shoot it from behind the arc. Even if you don't watch basketball, you go on Instagram or whatever you do in your free time, you'll see Stephen Curry shooting from half court and draining it. So he's obviously a great play, taking on Portland, a very bad defensive team. I like him. It makes a lot of sense to play Damian Lillard and Steph Curry in lineups if you're predicting this game to go back and forth, that type of deal. Kelly Oubre continues to be underpriced at 5.8. I'm going to have some interest in him for sure. He's only put up high 20s DraftKings points so far in the season. I have a feeling he's going to be getting up there to 40 DraftKings points very soon. Just got to stick with him. Depending on the Draymond Green news, that's going to affect him as well. He is probable. So, how that's going to affect Kelly Oubre, I don't know. I don't think it's going to hurt him. If anything, it might help him. Draymond Green taking some more attention, giving some assists, that kind of thing, to a guy like Kelly Oubre, some back cuts, and them being able to work off the pass together. Andrew Wiggins at 6'9", though, it might affect him a little more, just because he's been getting priced up as opposed to Kelly Oubre, who's still priced down. So, and then lastly, Robert Covington, a guy who can shoot it from behind the arc and is only 4'6" and is going to get a lot of minutes. Only 25 minutes last time out after seeing 38 and 38 minutes the time before. But at 4'6", he's underpriced and can get you there for sure. A lot of upside in tournaments. As mentioned, Golden State not worried about their defensive presence. And then Carmelo Anthony, 25 minutes last time out, a 4.3 price tag, he could get you there as well. And yeah, that is my overall breakdown for this 10-game NBA DFS slate on DraftKings. If you enjoyed the content, if you could please leave a like on this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any future content that I upload. That would be greatly appreciated. And then don't forget I'm on a Patreon package. If you really want to step up your game, I'm getting a ton of good feedback from my current Patrons over there. I appreciate everyone who subscribed over there. I appreciate everyone that's subscribed to this channel. I appreciate everyone that leaves a comment. Leave a comment of your favorite play. Leave a comment of maybe something, a hot take, maybe something you agree with me on, a good play, maybe something you disagree with me on. I don't care. It's a community thing. Leave a comment. I'm open to any and all of them. I wish you all the best of luck in this one, and we will see you in the next one.